Nearly 4 years ago, Gracie Mansion became my home. Who would have thought that a kid from South Jamaica, Queens, growing up with learning disabilities could one day become the mayor of the greatest city in the world? I cannot thank my mother enough for instilling in me the values she lived by. I hope every parent can use my life as an example for their child during challenging moments. Only in America can a story like this be told. When I was elected to serve as your mayor, I said these words: "This campaign was never about me. It was about the people of this city, from every neighborhood and background, who had been left behind and believed they would never catch up. This campaign was for the underserved, the marginalized, the abandoned, and betrayed by government. Since then, it has been my honor to be your mayor, and I'm proud to say that we took that victory 4 years ago and turned it into action, making this city better for those who have been failed by government. I felt immense pride serving you every day, and look at what we accomplished together. We built more housing in one term than any administration before us, and removed barriers to build even more. We drove crime down so far that this year we are on track to have fewer shootings and murders than at any point in our city's history. We raised test scores and attendance through bold education reforms. We made record investments that fueled our economy and drove employment to all-time highs. And we lowered costs for working and low-income families, expanding funding for rental vouchers, childcare, and household costs, while
I don't believe any of this. So then why are New Yorkers so unhappy? Why are New Yorkers leaving New York City for Florida or Texas in record numbers? Why are they doing that? Because you've made the city much safer? They're leaving because you've made the city safer, or are they leaving because the cost of living is simply unsustainable in New York? And remember, they even tried that congestion pricing, and then I believe it was struck down by the Trump administration. Now, I'm not a lawyer, and I don't know how the Trump administration was able to stop I don't know if it was a city or a state. I know it was in the city, New York City, but I don't know if it was an order from Albany or if it was a city-specific order from somebody that passed some sort of law in the city. But I don't know, Trump was able to get rid of that, which was good for New Yorkers, because again, it was an unjust tax on the people. But I don't think New Yorkers were necessarily happy with Eric Adams as mayor. And then it looked bad when the Trump administration basically dropped his charges. So it looked like quid pro quo, and then he was super anti-migrant as well. So, that wasn't going to fly with New Yorkers, because New Yorkers are, they're supposed to be a sanctuary city, but they were getting a record number of migrants because obviously they're a sanctuary city, and it was becoming unsustainable. So Eric Adams did the right thing and started working with the Trump administration to get the migrants out of here. And I think that particularly made New Yorkers really sour on the guy. And this is coming from me as a person, as a former New Yorker. I grew up there. I was raised in New York most of my life, but I would never see myself ever going back. And I'm extremely happy that I left that shithole city. Because while New York has a lot of great things, the people are just shit, and they have shit politics, and will vote for shit politicians. Look what they're about to do now. They're about to elect a literal socialist who is talking about government-run grocery stores in the state and free metro services. But let's let Adams continue talking about what he's talking about.
Eliminating the income tax burden for more than 500,000 New Yorkers. Even so, I know many New Yorkers have yet to feel the full impact of these historic achievements. I know many are still worried about affordability, about safety, and their future here. But trust me when I tell you, what we've started will continue to reach every community in this city. It's not always easy to see the impact of good policy in just 3 years. I also know some remain unsure of me after the unfortunate events surrounding my federal case. I was wrongfully charged because I fought for this city. And if I had to do it again, I would fight for New York again. And yet, despite all we've achieved, I cannot continue my re-election campaign. The constant media speculation about my future and the campaign finance board's decision to withhold millions of dollars have undermined my ability to raise the funds needed for a serious campaign.
So there it is. Eric Adams is dropping out of the race. Why is he dropping out? He's claiming it's because he's being undermined, but in reality, it's because his poll numbers are dog shit. I don't particularly think he's a bad mayor. I don't think he's a good one either. But I think he had, realized at some point in time that the sanctuary city policies of the city were simply unsustainable, and that's what got him. And like I said, plus the federal case, like he mentioned, that's what got him the poll numbers that he has. But New Yorker will get what they vote for because they're literally about to elect an actual socialist in Zohran Mamdani. I don't even know how you say it. Zohran Mamdani. They're about to elect a literal socialist who is talking about giving, having government-run grocery stores without a profit motive, as if, I know he knows this, but the average person doesn't know this, and this is how these people play on people's emotions and people's lack of knowledge. But grocery stores don't run at a high profit margin. The profit margin for grocery stores is like 2%. So he's going to open up grocery stores that operate without a profit margin, which are just going to become literal, stealing stores, because people are just going to walk in there and steal everything anyways. You think they're going to start paying for it if it's government run? And they're not going to stop the people. They already don't arrest you, or if they arrest you, they let you out the same day for committing petty crimes in New York. That also undermines bodegas in the city. What's going to happen with them if you have grocery stores, government-run grocery stores that are undercutting prices of the local bodegas? A lot of people are going to lose their businesses, but that plays with the socialist crowd in New York, and it seems like this crowd is just increasing every year. Never would have I ever thought in a million years that although New York, being a blue city, would ever elect a fucking socialist, a goddamn communist, who openly hates the country. But this is how far gone New York is at this point. And honestly, I hope that Eric Adams comes out and endorses, I don't like the fucking guy, Andrew Cuomo. He's a piece of shit. He killed a bunch of old people and grabbed ass while he was the governor of the state. He killed a bunch of people. But I'd much rather have that guy as the mayor of New York City than a literal socialist. And this government-run store thing is not something new. I believe Milwaukee already tried this, and the experiment failed. Zohran Mamdani's talking about doing, free train and free bus, free child health care, and they're talking about raising the taxes on the millionaires or whatever, like a 2% tax rate or something like that, which is essentially like a 50% tax. I saw a video that actually broke down the math and explains how that is. And so if you're making a certain amount of money, you're going to pay a lot more money. And so that's really just going to really destroy the tax base in New York City, because what millionaire is going to want to be there and paying 50% more in taxes? None. But we'll see what happens. Eric Adams is out of the race. Like I said, I hope he endorses Cuomo. Curtis Lewa should drop out of the race and endorse Cuomo as well. But it's not looking good for New York. And I think that Eric Adams should have done this a lot sooner. But those are just my thoughts. I want to know what you guys think in the comment section down below. If you like the video, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, share this video with your friends. If you have anything you want me to react to, my email's in the description box below. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.